Hello, happy Sunday, everyone. It's Kylie here from Hello Crafter, back with another Sunday evening crafting session, just a short one, hopefully this time. I tend to do about half an hour, see how we get on. But I've had a really busy crafty day today with my team. We've had our crafternoon treat. This light's a little bit harsh. I'm just going to turn this off. Oh, look a little bit, a little bit less ghost-like now. Yeah, so every quarter I do a little treat afternoon for my team who they have to earn their place to attend, and so that was today, and it was really nice. So we did a bit of crafting, and we ate some scones and cakes and sandwiches, and drank lots of tea and lots of chat, and it was really nice. So that was this afternoon. So I really enjoy doing those events. So actually I'm going to be doing some the projects that we made today. That's what I'll be doing live tonight. So we're actually using 2 bundles that are in the new catalogue coming up. So Pretty Florals and Sweet Blooms, and there's matching dies. This is part of a bigger product suite that's coming up in the new catalogue, which will go live on the 6th of May. So actually I will be getting ready to post out some catalogues. So anyone who's ordered from me in the last 6 months or so will automatically just get one sent out. But if it's been a while and you haven't ordered anything for a while from me, or at all, then reach out and message me and I'll pop one in the post for you. I don't tend to automatically send them out to everybody anymore, because I find that if people have moved, or if I don't have the current address, then they tend to get lost in the post, and I don't want that to happen. So yeah, just reach out, message me. I don't mind sending one out to you. I've got my big stack of catalogues here ready to go out next week or the week after. So next couple of weeks. Good evening, Karen. It's been such a nice day. So yeah, it always kind of like energizes me to do more crafting when I've done something like this. So it's great to continue it on for another half hour or so tonight. And actually a couple of the ladies didn't finish off one of their cards today because there was quite a lot of stamping and die cutting to do today. So actually this video should hopefully help them finish off that card. So I'll get started. I'll just switch this round so that you can see what I'm doing. So these are the 2 bundles. So Pretty Florals is just a floral stamp set. It's a 2-step stamp where you stamp the background and then you stamp the detail over the top. It's a really pretty effect, which I'll show you. And these are all the dies. There's 15 dies in this. There's leaves. There's dies that just cut out from cardstock, and then there's all the dies that cut out the stamped images as well. And then there's this one, which is mostly sentiments, so they pair up really well. And you get these beautiful word dies that do bloom and lovely. So you can use the dies with the stamps, or you can use the dies just with cardstock. So we'll be using some of those as well. So first thing I want to do is grab a bit of cardstock, and I've got a palette of colours, including 2 of the brand new in colours. That's Darling Duckling and Strawberry Slush. They're coming up in the new catalogue. And then these ones, Petunia Pop Peach Pie, Granny Apple Green and Garden Green for yeah, these are current colours. And I've got everything already mounted on blocks. Now there's a lot of stamps here, and I've got actually a lot of blocks, but you may only have 1 or 2 blocks, and you'll just have to swap them out each time. So I think I've got pretty much all of it. Yeah, I've got all 10 of these stamps mounted onto blocks, so we can kind of get doing a bit of stamping on here. So first colour I'm going to go for is Strawberry Slush, and I'm going to stamp this off. This is the solid stamp. I'm going to stamp it off once and then stamp onto my cardstock so I get the softer colour, and then I'm going to take the detail one that goes over the top and line it up as best I can, and you can see the effect. It just really transforms it, that extra layer. And next one is I'm going to do Peach Pie. I'm going to do that on the other side. So stamp off first and then stamp on there, and then the detail one that goes over the top just goes on full strength. I just love the effect that it gets with the one single colour, but the two tones of it. And then Petunia Pop, we're going to do this. I don't know the names of all these flowers. Maybe someone else is better at naming them. Then we have this Darling Duckling, and this kind of like daisy type flower there. Put that there. So we've got those, and then we can get some stems. So we've got this stem which kind of fits the triple flowers. And then this smaller stem. For the single ones. Whoops. So we'll have like a nice little line of flowers there. And I'm going to take a card base of the Petunia Pop, and it's just a normal card base, and I'm actually going to take a piece that measures 10.5 by 14.8, and that fits exactly onto the card front. And I'm going to emboss this. I've actually got a brand new embossing folder. Again, this is one that's coming up in the new catalogue, and it's called Damask something or other. Damask Design, and I just really like these designs that are sort of the repeating patterns. Really pretty. So I'm going to run that through. It's not classed as a 3D embossing folder, but it's very pretty one. I'll show you. So because it's not a 3D one, you just got to build a sandwich slightly differently. Just put that back down. So that's what it looks like. It's gorgeous, isn't it? It kind of reminds me of wallpaper, you know, like flocked wallpaper. Old fashioned. Really like that. So that is just going to glue straight on to the card base. Excuse my dodgy finger as well. I had a little accident when I was cooking my tea on Friday night with some sharp knives. We've got some new ninja knives, and Paul's been cutting himself on them constantly. This is the first one I've done, but it was quite a deep cut, and I was on my own, and I was thinking, oh, how do you know if a cut needs stitches? It was that kind of like on the verge of me thinking, does it? I'm not sure. And it took about 45 minutes to stop bleeding, which I was just starting to get a little concerned about. But it was fine, and it is fine. So it's just got the plaster on it because I keep knocking it. Now, I did have some ribbon somewhere. Where did I put that? It was on... There it is. So this is new ribbon as well. This is a new product. It's lovely kind of gold stripe ribbon. And what you can do is use a bit of tear and tape, or actually some of this seal stuff, and just pop a bit of the ribbon on just so that the edge of it shows on the reverse, like so. Just a little sparkle. And then some dimensionals for the back. And then just grab a bit of scrap paper, scrap white, and let's go with a garden green. Just add that sentiment, and then can just cut round it really roughly. Oh, hi Christine. Julia and Jane, do you know what I've been doing since you left? I did have a little walk, ended up in the pub, had a little cheeky glass of wine. Well, I have been kind of working today, so I thought I deserved it. But I've also been eating, as you can imagine. I always have lots of leftovers when I do these afternoon teas, and I try to make them go home with as much of it as I can make them, but there's always lots left over. And Paul's going to save his scone with jam and cream for watching the golf tonight. So I have these again. I'm showing all the sneak peeks tonight. These are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. They're like, I don't know, I can't describe them. They're called holographic resin dots, and They're almost like water droplets. They're so, like, I don't know. They're like little crystal balls. They're half spheres, if that makes sense. Yes, love them. So that's a nice kind of straightforward card with this lovely floral set. Now I have in advance done some stamping and die cutting of these, so I've got lots of these already cut out, and some of the leaves as well. So I am going to make something cute with that, and I'm going to show you this card that I made. I got the general design from, here it is. This is like an envelope style card. It squishes down flat to go in an envelope, but then it sort of pops out and stands up, and you've got the flowers sort of at different depths, kind of popping out of the envelope. This is a tutorial that I found online from Mixed Up Crafts, but I've adapted the size of it because I wanted it to be small enough to fit in our standard envelopes, so I've made it a little bit smaller. So I'm going to show you how I made that. So take some white card. I've just got an A4 sheet of the thick white, and you need to cut your first bit at 10 centimetres by 14, and that's going to be the back of your card. And then you need another bit that's 10 by 5 for the front. If you want this tutorial, like the measurements, in a PDF, please just comment below and I will send that over to you, just so that you don't have to remember these measurements. Then I want another one at, let's do 9.5 by 5. And then I want two bits that measure, let's see, two bits that measure 6 by 5. Yep, that's that. And two bits that measure 8 by 5.5. So let's go. Eight by 5.5. Okay. Now the base of the card, the back of the card, we need to cut 2 diagonal corners off to make a point. So make a mark halfway, which is, so that's 10 across. So at 5, make a mark, and then you want to make marks at 5 centimeters down from each side, from the top down. So I just pop it into my trimmer at 5 and just make a mark on the groove either side. And then I'm going to cut down from the middle point down to that one. It's just lining both pencil marks up in the trimmer. And then same from that point to that point. So I've got my it's like a house shape, I suppose. Then these 2 smaller squares, I'm going to score that So with the longer edge along the top, 1.5, 3 and 4.5. So that is folded up like an M shape, concertinaed. Same with this one as well. 1.5, 3, 4.5. So they're your 6x5 pieces. Then these two rectangles, the 8x5.5, you want to cut those into triangles. So with the long edge along the top, mark the halfway point, which is 4 centimeters. You know what, I'm going to just try and do both at the same time. So from the center point down to the corners is where you're going to cut. And then the same from the center point to the other bottom corner. Okay, so you've got two triangles with an 8 centimeter side. Okay, so they're your bits and pieces, and then you can assemble it. So first thing I want to do is glue these concertina sides on. So you want to place them so that the two folds go on the outside, line it up with the edge, and same on that side, the two folds line up with this edge. So put your glue on one side, just make sure that's lined up. And this is what's going to act a bit like a spring, so that you can fold it, squish it flat, and then it pops out. Okay, so you've got your slightly longer bit, which is 10 centimeters wide by 5, and that's going to glue like that onto these bits. So put glue on this tab, glue on this tab, and then you're just going to make sure they all line up. Squish it down so you can see that it's straight. And that's that. Now this is kind of a shelf that will sort of sit inside now I probably need to cut a little bit off that, but what I'll do is I'll need to adjust my measurements slightly. So I want to make this just a little bit smaller, just 0.5 centimetre smaller, so it ends up being 9 centimetres. So it's going to stick on this edge, but you just want the tiniest little bit of glue just on the edges. You don't want to come in too much. Just a little line of glue. Slide it in so that it's the distance between the ends, the edges are equal. Right in, and then what I do is I squish it down and hope for the best. So now you can see you get a little bit of a gap between the two sides, and what you'll need to do is just make sure that that glue is set. So just give it a bit of time, be patient. It kind of bows a little bit when it's stood up. So, and then finally these just get glued with a slight overlap. So just make sure you've got the right edge of the triangle lining up with the edge of the card, and just put glue just where your triangle's going to cover. So that's your card base. So how you decorate this now is completely up to you. So I'm going to just do, let's just tip these out and see what we've got. Got all sorts in here. So I might just grab a couple of leaves for the background. First of all. And then we can start getting these on. So you can do a combination of glue and foam pads for these. Let's put that one in the middle, and then you might not need stems for all your flowers, just see how they look. So that's the back, and then we can start getting a few of these in. So these stems have like 3. You can put a bit of glue, tiny bit of glue on there, and then pop the flowers on. Like that. And then this is a bit tricky because you haven't got much space to put the glue, but because this Tombow is such good glue, you don't need a lot, so that's fine. And then we'll do another one of those. What have we got here? Oh, this is quite a cute one. This might be good for those peachy coloured flowers. Okay. And we'll do another couple of these as well. Karen, I'll get that sent to you as soon as I come off here. And Christine, I'll get that sent to you as well. Right, so let's try put this one in. I shall put that one behind the shelf. You have to kind of get your finger in, hold it. I don't want to put too much glue because I don't want it to stick to itself. And then this one can go behind the front panel. There. And this one we can do again behind. This one I'm going to put in front of that middle panel. And you can keep going, you can just keep adding as many as you want. I'm going to put one of these on, I'm going to put these on the background with a foam pad. So This just overlaps that one. Yeah, that's not too bad. I could add a couple more probably, but I'll just, in fact, let's just add this one in. You have to go really easy on the glue because you don't want anything to really stick together. Yeah, that looks fine. Yep. And then you need sentiments, and I really like the bloom, and I have actually, I've done one already. This was my sample for earlier, so pretend like I've stamped that, and then I'm going to use the dies, coordinating dies, to cut that out. This one here. So just give me a second, I'll just do it down here. And it helps if you use a little bit of tape so it doesn't move. And that cuts out perfectly. And I also stamped Let Joy Bloom. So these little mini dimensionals are perfect for these letters. You've just got some edge bits as well. Put on there. And one just fits there, half a one. And yeah, just to tie it together with a tiny little bit of metallic. Let's just get a bow, if I can tie it with this thumb. Challenging. Looks really pretty. This is the perfect kind of ribbon for gift giving as well. Let's tighten that up. Some usual glue dots. And a couple of those little go. So they're the projects that we made, and I also did everyone a little name tag for the bags. So I did like little, this die is from a set called Framed Scenes Dies. So it makes it look like wood grain, and then it's got these ovals, and then it's got this like wood grain die thing that you can use to create texture. So I made these little mini picture frames for their bag tags, and I also did little treat packaging, which I've left in the other room, so I'll have to show those another time. But I might put a little video on my Instagram with the because I filmed myself making it, so I might do a little video tomorrow showing how I did that. So yeah, this was cute little set of projects that we did today. So look out for those coming up in May, these products, and I will look forward to sharing more with you in the coming weeks as well. So yeah, Oh, that'll be a really nice Easter card, Karen. Yeah, really nice. And I'm sure you've got all sorts of florals that you can use to have your envelope bursting full of flowers. That's a really nice idea. Right, I shall leave you there. And oh, before I go, oh, thanks, Jill. Just need to let you know about my Stampin' Delight Card Club for those that haven't already registered for that or already a member, because I've got a couple more days that you can get yourself signed on to the April box. So what you're going to get is some of the lovely papers, and we're going to be featuring the terrific Toadstools bundle. So if you've got that, great, perfect. If you haven't already got that, you can get yourself it, or you can get it from me. Add it onto your box if you want to. So looking forward to that this month. So that'll be 27th is the class, but you'll get the videos and the PDF as well. So let me know if you would like Stampers Delight Card Club box for April. You can get a one-off one as well if you just want to try it. But again, yeah, closing bookings for that in the next couple of days. Righty-ho, I shall leave you to your Sunday evening. Have a brilliant week, everyone, and I shall see you soon. Bye, everyone.